Jeff, let's say somebody wanted to get early episodes of the show. Is that possible?
It is so possible.
If people wanted to get bonus episodes of the show, is that possible?
We got those too.
If people wanted to get like extra stuff like video hangouts with us and other fans of the show, is that possible?
Dude, I'm telling you, all of that and more is possible. All they got to do is support the show.
How do they do that?
Go to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns. Find out all the information you need and help us continue to make this show.
But yeah, so moments like that are very good. And that's a Star Wars.
That's fun.
Yeah, man, it was a good time. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens.
We did it. We did it, Anthony.
What did we do? Was I there?
Well, not so much there.
So not us.
Well, no, not us. More like general science, but I don't think we should discount our contribution.
No, and I think you get that from me. I think that's something that over the years I have trained you to be like, hey, but I'm also kind of a part of it.
Yeah,
and
you know
so
what?
like a little bit of credit for me.
It feels good to include yourself when you don't necessarily have anything to do with it.
And that's why I do it. And that's why I get so many checks for things that I've never even heard of.
See, now I haven't even gotten any of the checks.
And you never will.
Are you getting all my checks?
We have one company, one mailing address.
Oh, no. No, what we did was we transferred memories in snails.
Well,
we did it.
The first three words of that, very exciting. We transferred memories. Now, the last two, I would say way less exciting. But 60% of that. So if I was going to rate your performance, I would say 60% of that was super dope. And I'm into it.
And I didn't finish strong?
It was not a strong finish. Strong start is very important.
What if I told you they were marine snails?
I'm listening.
We have managed to transfer memories in marine snails using RNA.
What does a memory of a snail constitute and how do we know?
It's fascinating. So,
a memory of a snail? I bet it's not.
It is.
I bet
the stories they could tell. The memories they have.
Yesterday I was 8 inches that way. And I ate and I walked and now I'm here. And I'll probably eat and walk over there by tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's a good life.
Oh, Dad, tell me the story again.
Sure. So, I was right over there.
Yeah, 8 inches away?
8 inches away.
Oh, Dad.
Can you believe it?
I can't.
And then I moved.
What was it like over there?
I don't really is there, but now I'm here. I don't know. What is without memory?
You're the best storyteller, Dad.
Thank you. What were we talking about? How good is snail memory? Before I commit to this bit.
Well, here's what they did. These marine snails called Aplysia. What they did to them was they shocked them. They shocked their tails. 5 tail shocks, one every 20 minutes, and then 5 more 24 hours later. And what they notice when you shock these snail tails is that when they shock them, it retreats. They contract, and they, you've seen a snail. Probably not this kind of snail, but you've seen a snail and you poke them and they retract into the shell.
Hurt animal try to get away from hurt.
Exactly.
Great.
So the thing that's interesting about these Aplysia snails is that when you train them this way, one shock every 20 minutes.
They get real weird and they don't trust you.
No.
And they're miserable.
Yeah.
It's real weird that when you continuously electrically shock something, it gets more and more miserable.
And it turns out they plot their revenge and they come back and they electrocuted all the scientists and they're all dead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now that means snails
they remember
are much smarter than we thought.
And they never forget.
This is a good study.
They never forget the shit that happened to them.
Right.
No, they actually can be trained to react in ways that are predictive. So it takes them much less time to retract. They sort of anticipate what's going to happen because they're like, hey, I remember those shocks, not pleasant.
I know you, asshole.
Yeah. Hey.
I know you.
What?
Don't you even?
What?
No.
No, I'm just here to hang out.
No, you're not.
I just want to hang out with a snail.
You're not even snail. You're man.
I know, but don't you like man?
No, because you did thing. Son, what was the thing?
Well, Dad, you were already 8 inches to that
I was
direction.
8 inches over there.
And then
and you came.
that guy.
And then
he came.
And
then like yada, yada, yada. And now we're here.
The Seinfeld of snails. It's a snail about nothing.
Just relax. I'm not going to do anything this time.
I remember you say this too.
Yeah, you're good with the memory. Gotcha. So their contraction time is reduced. They call
But
it.
They don't need to go to the hospital yet, and the husband can stop worrying.
That's right. Yeah, you just have to relax for a couple of hours. They're not.
It's fine. They're
ready.
not coming regularly yet.
No.
You want 5 to 7 minutes apart.
Right.
No, the contractions
they call this
from pain.
sensitization. It's a simple type of learning. Sensitization is what they call it in the scientific community, and it's the time of the contraction of the retreating away from the shock. They learn it. It's learned behavior, requires memory.
Gotcha.
So what they did was they extracted RNA, which is ribonucleic acid, from the nervous systems of the snails that received tail shocks the day after the second series of shocks. And then they removed some RNA from the nervous systems of marine snails that didn't receive any shocks. And they injected...
They Freaky Friday'd it.
Freaky Friday'd it. They injected it into, control snails, right? The other 7 control snails. So they injected RNA.
So half these snails got RNA that...
remembered
from a snail that was being shocked.
Yeah.
Half of them got RNA from a snail that was never shocked.
Yes.
Okay.
And they found that the snails that had never experienced any shocks but got RNA from snails that did experience shocks behaved in the same way that snails who got shocked would behave.
Whoa. So what does this mean for concepts like cell memory? What does that mean?
Well, we thought that, a lot of scientists thought that memories were stored in the nucleus of neurons, which wouldn't be the case if we're just extracting them out of the nervous system. What they actually did, the next layer of this, is that they put some of the RNA in petri dishes that contained neurons extracted from different snails that did not receive shock. So we're not snails now, we're just in a petri dish with neurons. And some of the dishes had RNA from the electric shock snails, some had RNA from not electric shock snails.
Okay.
And the way that the cells themselves were, the neurons became more excitable. And they discovered that adding RNA from the snails that had been given shocks also produced the excitability that would be exhibited in the ones that did have. So independent from the snail itself, you could just recreate it in a petri dish, basically.
Right. So I'm immediately jumping to things that we consider instinctive behaviors in animals and people. Things like a dog that has never been in a field trying to pat down the ground and turn in circles before it lies down.
Right.
Things like the memory of a bird that has never migrated before that just knows to migrate.
Right.
I'm immediately thinking about instinctive memory and behavior in animals, even in us, the faces we make, things we do.
Right.
What does this mean for all of that?
Well, but this is specifically learned behavior, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because snails had never been shocked before.
Yeah.
By being shocked, they learned this behavior. It's instinctive to retract.
Right, but I'm saying like DNA, RNA being passed down from generation to generation.
Right.
Wouldn't this over time, if you can pass things down through RNA this way?
Yes.
Wouldn't this mean like, this is where instinctive memory comes from?
Yeah, and that is the real crazy thunderbolt of knowledge here. If memories were stored in the nucleus of neurons, this experiment would not have worked. So basically, the idea here is that we may be zeroing in on where memory lives in your body. And if we figure that out and we figure that we can transfer it with RNA and we can extract RNA from you, we may be able to transfer memories. They say this could lead to treatment of Alzheimer's and other memory disorder diseases.
You could learn Kung Fu.
Yeah. Just extract the RNA from Kung Fu guy, put it in here, Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. Now I
it.
chop to the neck.
That's what it means.
Yeah, baby.
We can learn anything.
So the
Instantly. I'm taking that leap.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I've decided that's what we've learned. And that's where we're at in terms of the science, and that's exactly what it means.
Just got to figure out exactly where that kung fu,
now, if
which
somebody
RNA that kung fu is living in.
could just inject me with RNA that understands the scientific method and RNA that is not prone to hyperbole. That'd be great.
Yeah. So the other thing that's interesting is that these particular marine snails actually have pretty similar cellular and molecular processes to human beings. So this may be even more applicable to humans than we thought. Of course, they're much simpler creatures. They have about 20,000 neurons in their central nervous system.
Basically, all they can remember is electric shocks.
Right.
So, yeah, it's not like you're getting their snail vacation or anything.
Well,
it's not like a rich sense memory.
Really, they take vacations to just electric shock land. That's the only place they go is...
Why are you so against being electrically shocked every day if when we send you on vacation, you do the same thing?
Well, it's different.
I'll tell you what's different. Consent.
Yeah.
That's what's different.
Yeah, you tell him, Dad.
Yeah, I will. What am I telling what?
Just remember what you were saying about...
right, I was 8 inches over there.
Yeah.
And I don't like you. And that's my boy.
Did we transfer from the metric system when I wasn't looking, Dad?
I'm sorry, what?
I think you said you were 8 centimeters over there.
Never.
Okay. I love you, Dad.
I forget who you are.
Yeah, so these are like 20,000 neurons in the snails, about 100 billion in humans. So it's an order of magnitude more complicated.
Sure. Because one of those is kung fu.
Yeah.
One of those is hacking.
1 in 100 billion is hacking.
Yeah.
And 1 in 100 billion is kung fu.
Yeah.
You might get a lot of crap. You know, you might get like, what did I had for lunch last Tuesday?
You might get somebody's embarrassing 3rd grade talent show memory.
Oh, you don't want that. You don't want that. Especially
kung fu.
You wanted kung fu. You're in a situation where some ninjas just dropped in from the ceiling, and all you're going to do is do some baton twirling and maybe sing a show tune.
All you're going to remember is how your voice cracked at the most inopportune moment, and one ever let you live it down. That's what they're going to remember.
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe those ninjas will relate.
You know, that's the thing. The only way to really come at a ninja is via empathy.
That's their weakness.
Yeah.
No one talks about that, but that's the ninja weakness.
That's why they're so quiet, is because if they begin talking, they're going to care.
Can't shut them up.
They're going to care.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, you get them talking, and then sooner or later they start crying, and then it's just ninja tears everywhere.
And then it's just like, you're my best friend, and like, I'll drive you to the airport. It's like, wow, really?
Yeah, that's really nice.
Because my flight leaves at like 6, so that's what's.
And then a puff of smoke, and they're gone. They say they're going to drive you to the airport.
Yeah, they're
fucking ninjas, man.
Yeah, they're empathetic. They're not stupid.
They say they'll help you move.
Mm-hmm. And they mean it.
They mean it in the moment.
In the moment, they mean it.
Ninjas.
But then it's like, oh, I got to assassinate this crime lord. I totally forgot.
Got to sharpen my throwing stars.
Yeah. Oh man, if I don't practice the tonfas, the leader of the Red Devil clan may end me tomorrow.
Yeah, but didn't you say that last week when I asked you about taking me to the airport?
You never know when the Red Devil clan is going to strike, and you got to be ready with tonfas.
Yeah. Just seems like the same excuse over and over. I mean, at what point do you just give up on the tonfas and move on to a pole?
Oh, I'm sorry. What point do you give up on your job?
Fair enough, man.
What point do you give up on your dreams?
No. I overstepped it. I'm sorry, man. I appreciate how you empathize with my dreams.
You're in one fucking Dodge commercial.
Wait a minute.
You think?
Am I really me in this situation? Huh. That memory got yanked out of me via my RNA.
The best comedy is based on truth.
Oh, I see.
So what does this mean in the short term?
Well, we need to do a lot. We need to do a lot more experimentation, and I'm sure we'll move up the complexity chain. We're not going to leap right to humans.
Can we make a cat that acts like snail?
The cat that retracts from electricity? If only a cat would retract from electricity.
Cat that slowly slimes its way around the ocean.
Just sliming here and there.
That cat thinks it's marine snail. You know, like one of those videos on one of those websites I go to where like two dissimilar animals are friends.
Yeah.
Like goat and bear or something.
Yeah, cat and snail.
And that like, look at that. That bear thinks it's a goat.
Yeah. It's adorable when the monkey is washing the dog.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not adorable when the bear thinks it's a goat and wants to like jump and kick.
Did you see that video of the people that found the raccoon and it jumped on the back of their horse and rode away? Did you see that one? It's like that.
No, but like
it's like that.
And the funny thing is, like the first thing that popped into my head is like, of course. I was trying to think of a joke, but there is no joke. I genuinely believe a raccoon did that.
The raccoon was rummaging in their trash, and they live on a farm.
Yeah,
and they got mad and ran out, and they were filming it. And then the raccoon jumped on the back of the horse, and the horse took off. That was his getaway horse.
Did the raccoon grab the reins?
There was no reins. It didn't need reins.
Bareback
raccoon style.
Fuck, man.
Because it was in commune with the horse, man. It just held onto the mane.
Wow.
Yeah.
Raccoons are great. Jeff, when can I have raccoon memory?
Yeah, that's a good question. So that you can ride horses finally, like your dream. They say that this scientist says, Glanzman is his name. He says it's possible that RNA can be used to awaken and restore memories that have gone dormant.
Oh, I see. So this is more because it is a reflexive action to danger or pain. This is more by giving the one marine snail, awakening that memory in response to a particular stimulus. It already existed. It's not putting something in whole cloth. This is more of like a physiological reaction. This is a something that already existed in the other snail's memory. Oh God, pain.
Yeah, I suppose. I think that we don't know. I mean, basically, that's the only way we're able to test memory so far in snails, because you can't just be like, hey, tell me about,
Describe
trip.
Paris.
Yeah, exactly. But theoretically, if
what
this
does Paris look like to you, snail?
It's huge.
It's fair, but that's also your answer for everything.
Yeah.
And you're not giving me very much data.
It's scary because they eat us.
Okay, that's something. I can work with that. They don't stop eating snails. You ever been over there? All they eat is snails.
Well, it's not called Escar Stop.
If you pop open a bag of chips, you think it's going to be chips. It's snails.
I said it's not called Escar Stop.
Yeah, and I ran right over it. And
Man,
I kept
that was
going.
A good one. That was really good.
Open up a cereal box, pour it into a bowl. What's in it? Snails.
Snails.
That's all they eat.
And, that's on you a little bit because you bought the snail cereal.
There is no other cereal, Jeff. You're not listening.
Oh.
Travel a little
There's
bit more.
There's no Lucky Charms?
Read a book. There's Lucky Charms.
But it has
it's
snails.
all snails.
Green snails, purple snails,
That's the
red
one.
snails.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know that one.
Lucky Charms.
Uh-huh. It gets really confusing when the cereals have animal mascots because none of them are snails.
Right.
They keep the same mascots.
Well, that's what's so adorable.
Why is this tiger eating snails? Why is this toucan eating snails?
It's a cat and a snail. They live together and they're happy.
This bear is singing jazz and all it wants is snails. Can't get enough of those slimy snails.
Yeah. Honeycomb snails.
That's all.
Yeah. They're all snails. Why?
Well, I think this one got away from us. What have we learned?
Not much, but luckily we can remember all of it later because it's in our RNA. That's the biggest discovery here is where memory lives. And I think that's fascinating.
I'm more interested in what the nature is of the memory that lives in RNA. And I'm excited to learn more about that because it sounds like it is some sort of chemical response to physiological things that triggers something in your neurons, which is where like the hardcore information, like conscious information, is kept.
Well, we've talked before about, as you brought up, about different kinds of memory, and memory is a catch-all term that really is misleading in the sense that there isn't one thing that is memory. There's a whole bunch of things, and as you said, they're broken down into instinct and recall and all these concepts that we kind of just put under one term, but it's not really accurate to say that's all that. And you're right, this may end up being just one very narrow version of that, and memory may live in a whole bunch of places in the body, but I'm hopeful that it means that we'll be able to extract things and recover lost memory. That's a fascinating idea.
Like the human soul. We found it.
We found the human soul?
It's in RNA.
The soul's there too?
That's what it is. That's what memory is. That's what all of our experience is. It's the soul. Read a book. Go to church.
What? That got weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey. Go to our store. Just shut the fuck up. Go to our store. We have concerns.com/shop. Buy a t-shirt. We found the human soul.
We found the soul.